Welcome back, my people. You've made it to part 4, and for that, I salute you. This series has been nothing short of legendary, uncovering Africa's most pivotal moments, and trust me, today's episode, absolute fire. If you thought the last 3 parts were intense, buckle up because we're diving even deeper into game-changing events that shaped Africa and the world. From wars and uprisings to overthrows and assassinations, this episode, imagine the year is 1979. The ruthless reign of Idi Amin, the brutal Ugandan dictator, finally comes to a crashing end. Once hailed as a liberator, his rule spiraled into one of the most terrifying regimes in African history. But no dictatorship lasts forever, and in '79 he was sent packing into exile, ending years of terror in Uganda. Rewind further to 1859, when the very first ground was broken for the Suez Canal, a passage that would forever, but as history would prove, a golden gateway for foreign control over African resources. Fast forward to 1991, when Ethiopia's capital Addis Ababa fell to rebel forces, toppling 17 years of harsh Marxist rule. A new dawn for Ethiopia, but not without its struggles. In 1957, Egypt made a bold move to reopen the Suez Canal after the Suez Crisis, a strategic power play that reasserted control over a waterway that had long jumped to 1879, and the legendary Zulu War erupts, a clash between the mighty Zulu warriors and the British Empire. The Zulus, armed with sheer courage and traditional weapons, faced off against one of the world's most powerful armies. Though eventually overpowered, their fearless resistance remains one of the greatest tales of African defiance. 2 decades later, in 1899, another war ignites, the Boer War. South Africa becomes a battleground as the British and the Boers fight for dominance. But in the shadows of this war, black South Africans suffered immensely, caught between 2 colonial forces that disregarded their fate. Then in 1970, a new era of Egyptian infrastructure was born, the completion of the Aswan High Dam. A marvel of modern engineering, this dam tamed the Nile River, bringing power and agriculture to Egypt, but at a great cost. One of the darkest moments in apartheid history struck in 1966, when South African Prime Minister Hendrik Verwoerd, the architect of apartheid himself, was assassinated. The man who designed racial segregation met his own violent end, shaking the core of South Africa's oppressive system. Then, in 1977, a confession that shook the world. Afrikaner police finally admitted to killing Steve Biko. A fearless anti-apartheid activist, Biko's death in police custody was a brutal symbol of the regime's cruelty, but his legacy lived on, fueling the fight for freedom. Now let's talk about 1905, when the world's largest diamond was discovered in South Africa. A breathtaking 3,106-carat gem, but like much of Africa's wealth, it was quickly snatched away and cut up for European royalty, a stark reminder of the continent's stolen riches. And there you have it, another whirlwind dive into Africa's untold history. But this journey isn't over yet. We've got one final episode left. Part 5 is coming up, and you do not want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to catch the grand finale. And while you wait, make sure to watch Part 5. It's the ultimate wrap-up to this incredible series.